and welcome to Ion New Paltz. I'm Rosalba Correo.
And I'm Naomi Calhoun. Here are today's top stories.
In international news, 3 French sports stars were among the 10 people killed when 2 helicopters collided in Argentina Monday evening. The helicopters were reported to be heading to a gorge in northwestern Argentina for the filming of the French reality TV show Dropped. 8 French passengers and the chopper's 2 Argentine pilots died in the mid-air crash near the town of Villa Castelli in La Rioja province. The stars included famed sailor Florence Artaud, who in 1990 broke the record for crossing the North Atlantic alone, swimmer Camille Muffat, who won 3 medals at the 2012 Olympics in London, and boxer Alexis Vastine, who won a bronze medal at the 2008 Olympics in Beijing.
In national news, as fallout grows over a viral video of racist chants from a University of Oklahoma fraternity, one student seen in the video is apologizing. The university cut ties with Sigma Alpha Epsilon after a video surfaced over the weekend showing fraternity members singing an anti-African American song that included a reference to lynching. Parker Rice, one of the 2 students expelled after appearing in the video, said he is seeking guidance to ensure that it does not happen again. The 2 boys were expelled for their alleged leadership role, a decision President David Boren attributed to his school's zero-tolerance policy for racist behavior. Rice said in a statement to the Dallas Morning News, quote, "I am deeply sorry for what I did Saturday night. It was wrong and reckless." The fraternity was told that the house would be closed and directed to remove their personal belongings from the house by midnight on Tuesday.
A 68-year-old retired correction officer shot and killed a 32-year-old person of color and wounded another after a short dispute in Borough Hall subway station in Brooklyn Tuesday night, police sources said. According to police, the 3 men got into a verbal dispute on the 5 train. When they got off at Borough Hall station, Gilbert Drageo, 32, spat at the retired officer in the face, and at that point the fight became physical. Drageo was shot and later died from his wounds in Brooklyn Hospital. The retired correction officer, identified as Willie Grooms, was taken to Long Island College Hospital, where he is being interviewed by detectives. The correction officer told NYPD detectives that the 2 men showed him a knife and tried robbing him. So far, detectives have not managed to recover any knife or weapon. Stay tuned for local news.
So, same time next week?
Well, of course. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free tips to help you save, go to Feed the Pig.
In local news, on Wednesday, SUNY New Paltz held a lecture in CSB titled Disarmament and WMDs. With 2015 marking the 70th anniversary of the atomic bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, Japan, the UNA USA Hudson Valley held a lecture aimed to teach attendees about ongoing efforts in the field of nuclear and small arms disarmament. At the discussion, there was a panel featuring several NGO experts in the disarmament field who directly work with UN officials. Ion New Paltz had a chance to attend the event and get a look inside. You can find the package for this story at WNPC-TV.org.
Hello, this is Naya Bonilla. I'm here in the CSB auditorium to cover the lecture on disarmament and WMDs. 2015 marked the 70th anniversary of the atomic bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, Japan. UNA and USA Hudson Valley invites you to learn about the ongoing efforts in the fields of nuclear and small arms disarmament.
The Japanese Red Cross and the International Committee of the Red Cross were both at the scene after the atomic bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki.
The event is about disarmament around the world, about nuclear weapons, because a lot of nations still hold on to nuclear weapons, and it's a very bad thing to have because it mostly relies on deterrence, which really isn't that much of a safe thing anymore. And I believe it's important because I'm a political science major, so I may be biased, but it's just something that everybody should know, and it's something to worry about since it has something to do about everybody's personal security.
When I was elementary school student, most Japanese students have went to the Nagasaki or Hiroshima as school study trip. So we know a lot of information about disarmament and nuclear abolition.
Nations that once had nuclear weapons aren't going to have that as a backup anymore. So just like the U.S. is probably one of the nations that has the most, even though we don't use them, we still could say like, oh, we have these, so other nations may not view other nations as powerful anymore, so that maybe do something.
And there you have it. Back to you guys in the studio.
Looking to get involved on campus? Want to hear some great music? The Student Association is looking for volunteers for the spring concert, which will take place on either April 24th or 25th. They ask that applicants have a flexible schedule for the weekend. Some of the volunteer positions include security, ticketing, social media production, and logistics. If you are interested or have any questions, send an email to the Student Association Productions volunteer team. Stay tuned for Brett Linehan with your entertainment news.
Yo, check out this chef, right? Right? That's so gay. That's really gay. Dude, look at those pants.
Please don't say that.
What?
Don't say that something is gay when you mean that something is dumb or stupid. It's insulting. It's like if I thought this pepper shaker was stupid and I said, man, and this pepper shaker is so 16-year-old boy with a cheesy mustache. Just saying. When you say that's so gay, do you realize what you say? Knock it off.
Before Disney bought Star Wars, there was a time when multiple officially licensed books gave fans an extended universe full of new characters and new adventures. But Disney declared that all the extended universe was no longer a part of the canonical Star Wars universe. With J.J. Abrams' The Force Awakens coming out on December 18th, though, Disney and Lucasfilm are ready to start filling in some of those gaps by releasing at least 20 new Star Wars tie-in books this fall. This includes novels, of course, but also storybooks and sticker books for kids, as well as comics and books of nothing but spaceship designs. The books will be released under a banner dubbed Journey to Star Wars, The Force Awakens, and they'll all in some way fill in details about Disney's new post-Return of the Jedi Star Wars universe. Comedian Hannibal Buress will star in a new half-hour series given to him by Comedy Central. According to the Viacom-owned cable network, the 8 episodes of Why with Hannibal Buress will feature the comic, quote, answering the burning questions on his mind through stand-up filmed segments, man-on-the-street interviews, and special in-studio guests. Each episode will be shot in front of a studio audience and tape in the same week it airs. Buress has been a series regular on Comedy Central's Broad City and the co-host of Adult Swim's The Eric Andre Show, currently in its 3rd season. President of Content Development and Original Programming at Comedy Central, Ken Alterman, said, quote, Hannibal kept asking us why, so we just told him to go find out and we'll air it. Now here's Naya Bonilla with your sports news.
Thank you, Brett. This Tuesday, it was announced that the junior setter, Christian Smith of the New Paltz men's volleyball team, has been named the Sports Imports American Volleyball Coaches Association National Player of the Week. This is the 2nd AVCA National Player of the Week honor for the Hawks this season, as junior middle blocker Christopher Husman earned the accolade on January 27th. Smith was also named the United Volleyball Conference Player of the Week, the first Player of the Week award for the Hawks this season and the 2nd of Smith's career. The New Paltz women's lacrosse team's home opener scheduled for Wednesday, March 11th against Farmingdale State College has been postponed indefinitely, as announced Monday by the Department of Athletics, Wellness, and Recreation. For the 2nd year in a row, the women's lacrosse team returns 8 starters, and the Hawks hope that their experience will bring them much success in the 2015 season. New Paltz went 4-9 overall last year and pulled out several thrilling wins in 2014, including a 15-14 overtime victory at home against SUNY Potsdam. Good luck in the upcoming season, ladies. That's all for this week's news. Thank you for joining us and have a great spring break.